What's up, everyone? Mike the Manic Geek here. Just a little impromptu vlog. This is actually the first time recording on the G7 that I just got, so we'll see how this turns out. Anyway, we're just doing a quick trip up to Fry's down in Wilsonville. Up, down, yeah, directions aren't my forte. But we're going to try to address the dumpster fire that is the Manic Mrs. old headset. It's an old Thermaltake esports jobby. She's had it for several years now. It was bad then, it's worse now. The microphone no longer works, and we want to start playing ESO again. So, let's take a trip down to Wilsonville and sort this out. Ramp hopping like a boss because we followed the wrong road. If you don't like Rush, you're wrong. We made it! Woo! 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 Ooh, ah. This is actually only the second time I've ever been in a Fry's, and it's still kind of intimidating how incredibly huge this place is. Console headsets. So figure while we're in here, might as well look at their PC selection stuff, see what's going on here. They got an S340 Elite, looks like they want about $100 for that. And then I see they got the X470 Aorus Gaming 7 Wi-Fi, looks like they want about $210 for that right now. It's actually not a terrible price. And then it looks like right now they got in 3 different Threadripper boards. They've got the Zenith EXT X399, they've got MSI's X399 Gaming Pro Carbon, and the Gigabyte Aorus Gaming. Actually, those are pretty reasonably priced boards, all things considered. I have to compare them against pricing from competitors and stuff like that to know for sure, but that doesn't seem too terrible. Whereas you come over and look at the X299 stuff, and you got some boards that come through a little bit less spendy, some boards that come through way more spendy. Like this guy down here, this Gigabyte X299 UD4, you can get that in the $200-ish range. The X299 Aorus Ultra Gaming's $310. Probably pretty similar specs in comparison to the Threadripper product, but again, just sort of looking at this at a glance, I'd have to look it up to be sure. But then you get to like the Asus Prime X299 Deluxe, like $490. I just have a really hard time wrapping my head around the price jump for that platform. But then again, I've never really been able to justify buying into it, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm just dumb. Doggo.
She'll smile for you.
Actually, their liquid cooling selection's gotten pretty decent since the last time I was here. Then again, the last time I was here, the shelves were mostly bare. Got all these Thermaltake coolers here. Got the ML240 RGB. Really? That's only $70? Huh. Well, how about RGB Fusion compatible? I also got the H150i Pro here. That one's I've actually been considering using this as an all-in-one solution for the Herald, just because the surround right here has the silver accent piece on it rather than it being sort of like a glossy black plastic. And it still has RGB lighting on it. The only issue is that I would have to go through Corsair's software to control it, so I probably wouldn't be able to sync it up with my RGB Fusion lighting that I use for the Aorus X470 Gaming 7. So was a little torn with that. A little torn with it, but we'll see how that goes. I don't know. As much as I like RGB, I just have a really freaking hard time justifying $40 per fan just for dat bling. Like, I don't know. And their beloved case section. This is actually the first time I'm getting the chance to take a look at a bunch of these cases. So, let's see. They've got the Equilance here. Mother of God, that dust, though. Yeah, I'm kind of glad this flat front panel thing started to go out of vogue. That just, with as little space as you have between the fan and the front of the case, I'm not imagining that those fans are breathing very well at all. I'm also glad this is starting to go out of vogue, the full cover PSU shrouds, and actually this is something that I may be modifying on the Herald in the future, just because I want to get a 360mm radiator in the front, but with cases like this, when you do that, you get a bunch of airflow that's trying to pass through underneath, and usually it's running into the hard drive cage, which of course is good for getting any kind of air moving over your hard drives, but I don't know, I feel like airflow could be a little bit better if shrouds stopped coming out so far and ended maybe like right around here, like right at the edge of the motherboard tray would be a good spot. Enermax Saber Ray. Not gonna lie, in person, this case is pretty hideous. Thermaltake View 91 Tempered Glass, the RGB edition. This case is so huge. I really, this is massive. Like, it's awesome that it has tempered glass on all the panels. It's awesome that it has any kind of spacing at all for the glass up front so that the fans mounted up here can breathe. I have a hard time seeing a scenario, personally, where I would use a case this big. I mean, obviously other channels in very contemporary history have demonstrated uses for cases like this, but I look at it and the only thing I can do is marvel at how unnecessarily massive it is. See, the Core V1 is actually more my speed. Looking at this thing, I actually really like this case, and I really want to build in it. I don't know. Small form factor for life, baby. Never ever buy these cases. Never, ever, ever. Where is it pulling in air from? Where is it doing it? Oh, wait. Down there. Yep. That's it. That's all you get. Especially at that price. Mother of God, why? I feel like this Raid Max Alpha case was trying to go for something where they could get more space between the fans and the front panel. You still only get the little tiny, like, handhold hole down here for air to come through. And these itty bitty teeny weeny slots on the side, where if you can get even closer, you'd see that there's just plastic after plastic after plastic barrier keeping air from getting to those fans. Feels bad, man. Airflow! So of course they don't have any of the Gigabyte Aorus keyboards here, at least not that I can see immediately. I'm actually trying to go with something that is RGB Fusion compatible, which, as I recall, if I'm gonna be getting anything RGB, it would have to be something that is Cooler Master, I believe. I believe their RGB stuff is compatible with RGB Fusion, but basically everything else over here would be using its own sort of proprietary software to run the lighting for it. And yeah, I'm trying to avoid that as best I can. That would look so good with my rig. If only the keycaps were black. And that's something I can easily customize, of course, but then again, I would be stuck in that situation where in order to control the lighting, I would need to use Corsair's software ecosystem. I may have to compromise eventually, but not for that price. Sorry, that's a little too rich for my blood. Why does this keyboard seriously look like it's like as thick as a McDonald's double cheeseburger? Like, are you guys seeing the same thing I am? Like, should it look that monstrously thick? That seems like a terrible idea. That's not a bad looking keyboard, and it's using the Cherry MX speed switches that I want to get. It is RGB, and I've worked with this particular keyboard layout before. Actually, they used this in an older membrane mechanical keyboard that I reviewed way back in the day on the channel. The pricing isn't too terrible either. I may have to mull that one over. That might be worth taking a look at. But my god, if only this didn't have only red lighting. Literally my least favorite color. But geez, like at 70 bucks for a solid Cherry MX Red 10 keyless keyboard, man, that's just really hard to pass up. Airflow! And just taking a quick gander at graphics cards, would you look at that? Pricing back to normal? What the? It's actually really not terrible pricing for these cards now. However, impending releases. Unfortunately, they did not seem to have gotten the memo with regard to the RX 580 line of cards. Those are still grotesquely overpriced here. Alright, so we're just leaving Fry's now. We wound up going with the Cloud 2 headset for her. I actually tried this on for the first time in there as well. This is a really comfortable headset, and I'm probably going to do this in a side-by-side comparison with the Aorus H5 gaming headset that I just got in. There is a price difference between the two of them, pretty significant one actually, and that's going to be something that I touch on in terms of like what you get for your money. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for this one. It's lunchtime and we's hungry, so yeah. This was just a quick little vlog video. Not really sure how it's going to turn out, or if my voice came through all right, or if that obnoxious crying child in there, you know, got in the way. Anyway, hit the thumbs up button if you liked what you saw. Yeah, be sure to follow me on all my social media feeds, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take it easy.
Oh,